From way back in October 2002, that's Counting Crows' Big Yellow Taxi. And before that, you had the one and only Greg keeping you company. He's off for the rest of the week, but he's assured me through this top secret encrypted signal message that he'll be back next Monday at about 8 p.m. But for now, it's just you and me and 2 hours of pure bliss. Welcome, my friends, to the Night Cruise here on Freedom FM, the place where romance, relaxation, and those chill classics from the 90s and noughties come together like a warm hug after a long day. My name is Feargal and I'm thrilled to be here with you tonight. And let me tell you that I don't just think I've got a half-decent show lined up for you. Rather, I know we're in for something special. Here's what's happening. After midnight, we're going to get ready for the Triple Threat Challenge. 3 songs, 3 different speeds, 1 tiny snippet. And I'll tell you later what you got to do with that. Meanwhile, in this hour, you and I could end up getting some shifting on. Details to come. And hey, don't be a stranger. You know the drill. Drop me a text or WhatsApp often and early on 086-206-8888. That's 086-206-8888. The email's open too. hello@freedomfm.ie. And if socials are more your thing, then search for voice actor Fergs on Threads, Blue Sky, Insta, and says.us. All right, deep breath. Let's get comfortable because the night cruise is officially underway in 3, 2, 1. It's the Night Cruise on Freedom FM, where we like to keep you, the late night crew, company with the smoothest tunes from the 90s and, of course, the noughties. Now, a little bit later on, we're going to dive into the triple threat game, but before we get there, I want to hear from you for our Tuesday shifting bit. So, if you're up and working, burning that late night oil, doing the jobs that keep the world ticking while everyone else is dreaming, this is your moment. You see, here's how it works. If you're on shift, then reach out and tell us what's happening in your corner of the night. And specifically, we want to know who you are, where you're working, who's keeping you company, and most importantly, what's getting you through your shift. Coffee, a secret stash of biscuits, or maybe just me and the music. So, if that sounds like you, then don't just lurk about, jump in. WhatsApp me on 086-206-8888. That's 086-206-8888, and let's hear what's happening in the world of work tonight. On DAB Plus across Leinster and streaming around the world on freedomfm.ie. This is the Night Cruise, your soundtrack to the smoothest, romance, relaxing and chill tracks from the 90s and, of course, the noughties. And speaking of throwbacks, I was just flipping through the big book of things that happened back then, and I can tell you that in May 2001, we had some absolute gems. Because that was the month that Ireland's favourite former US President Bill Clinton popped over just to attend a festival in Ballybunion. Meanwhile, under the cinema, everyone went green. No, it wasn't an ego campaign, but we went green for a big lovable ogre named Shrek. And in the world of music, Queen Pen dropped. True. Dido on the Night Cruise, where, my friends, it's time to check in on Tuesday shifting. You know, the part of the night where we give a nod to the working night owls, those unsung heroes keeping the world ticking over while the rest of us keep our feet up. And first up, I want to say hello to Mark Pierce, who's dropped me a message. Fergal says, can you give a shifting shout out to me? Absolutely, Mark. I'm working in my job as a bus mechanic in Swords in Dublin, where I will be right through until 7 a.m. Not only am I keeping the fleet running and repaired, but if a bus breaks down mid-route, I've got to go out and rescue it. Right now, I'm doing some light maintenance while tuning into Freedom FM on one of the bus's DAB players. Mark, I hope your shift is peaceful and you won't have to rush out of the depot anytime soon, and thank you for reaching out this evening. Next up, Wendy Snow is checking in from Dublin Airport, and I can tell you that Wendy's keeping the car rental world moving, making sure travellers get sorted with their wheels. She says it's been a busy one so far, but right now she's tucked away doing paperwork at the back of the stand with Freedom FM in her earbuds waiting for shift end at midnight. Wendy, thank you for letting us know what you're up to this evening, and safe home when your shift wraps up, right? And finally for now, Joseph Cobb is tuning in from Dundalk, where he's deep in the world of pharma packing. Fergal says, Joseph, my team and I are prepping vital medicines to be delivered to pharmacies in the morning, and it's the camaraderie of my crew that's getting me through the night shift. Joseph, hats off to you and the team, and I hope your shift flies by. Now, listen up, because if you still haven't told us what you're doing in the world of work this evening, the good news is we've still got one more round of Tuesday shifting coming up. That means that we want to hear from you. So if you are working in the night shift tonight, then tell us who you are, where you're working, and what's keeping you going tonight. Text or WhatsApp 086-206-8888. That's 086-206-8888. Get involved and let's keep the night moving, shall we? Alicia Keys foaling her debut single and a stone cold classic from 2001. You're tuned to the Night Cruise on Freedom FM, where we're just about to wrap up this evening's Tuesday shifting bit. You know, our little light night roll call for everyone burning the midnight oil in the world of work. So let's get to it. And first up, Andrew Yates is checking in from Cork, and he tells us that he's keeping a watchful eye over not one but 5 car parks across the city, monitoring those screens and keeping things safe right through until 6 a.m. And yes, he's got Freedom FM right there in his headphones, keeping him company. Andrew, my man, I hope it's a smooth shift, you know, not too quiet, not too chaotic, just right. Next up, John Morris is out and about doing an incredibly important job, driving on-call doctors to their patients across Dublin and Wicklow. Right now, John's at base, waiting on the next call with Freedom FM in his ears. Thank you for reaching out, John, and stay safe out there tonight, especially on those country roads. And finally for this evening, Emma Long is taking a well-earned break from her Spanish-speaking job at an insurance call centre in Dublin. Feargal, she says, my team and I are on duty until 6 a.m, but right now I've got about 30 minutes to myself before I head back onto the floor. Emma, gracias y espero que el resto de turno no esté demasiado ocupado. Right, with my terrible Spanish showing up for what it is, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who got in touch tonight. I genuinely love hearing from you. And if I didn't get to your message this time, my apologies, but you've got another shot next week. So join me on Tuesday after 11 p.m. when we will do it all over again. But you know what? Don't go anywhere. Hour 2 is coming up, and that means it's time for the Triple Threat Challenge.